Hi, shalom to all of our great Nivei friends and all the friends that are out there. Hey, wonderful Chanukah to everybody. I had a couple of thoughts. Very often I send out a little message to you guys, but I just thought I would send out a video. It's a little more of a direct contact, even though I'm kind of talking to a camera. But still, I had a few more thoughts than just would usually fit into the normal space. I also want to thank our good friend Josh Goldberg. Should have a lot of bracha, him and his family. It's Chanukah. My son asked me a great question. Chanukah is a time that we bring light into the world. How do we add a little more light into our world? How do we do it? That's all, it's all good to try to think about conquering and making big changes, but how do we bring a little bit of light into our world? So I want to tell you, after he asked me that question, the very same day, I had a visit from one of the Talmidim. Some of you guys maybe know Shmuel Nussbaum, and he told me a great story. He told me he was talking to a friend of his, and this friend needed to be heard. But there was more to the story, but he needed to be heard. And before he gave him any suggestions, he decided how much does he have to listen to him? How deeply does he have to hear what he's saying? And he said he tried to think about when this fellow was about to fall asleep at night, and his mind is racing with what's on his mind. And he said if he could empathize with the guy on that level, and think about what his life would be like, what his reality is like when he's sleeping on his bed, when he's lying down in his bed. He felt, only when he felt that connected was he able to say a few words of encouragement or suggestion. So I was thinking, how do we bring in a little light? Because you listen to somebody. You think about what is the person thinking. The other person that we can think about is what are we thinking? We have a wonderful thing. It's called a cell phone. We've got an iPad, an iPod, all sorts of wonderful equipment to help us communicate and accomplish. But sometimes it's hard to hear ourselves and to hear others. I'm not out to speak about that in particular. I'm out to think about listening. Sometimes Hashem talks to us. Maybe we can't quite hear it. And we got to get a little tefillah. We have to throw out a tefillah. Hashem, let me hear what you're saying. Let me hear a little thought, a little idea, a little change. I want to say a bracha. Thank Hashem. Baruch Hashem, I got an apple. A little thing. So that's really the message, in my opinion, of Chanukah. Because it's a time, especially for our good friends that are living in the States, it's a time with a lot of lights and the stores and it's fancy. There's a lot going on. And we light a little light. And that little light shines very, very bright. And you have to know, Rabbosai, dear friends, the Jewish people have been lighting one little light at a time, and we've changed the world through one light at a time. And that, in my opinion, is the message of Chanukah. And in short, I think the message is, you may agree with this line, the idea is think small. When you want to be thinking, we're always, my wife wants me to tell everybody, like, don't get confused with the message. We got to think big too. But try to remember, this is my motto for this Chanukah, is think small. If we think small, we think, what can we do about it now? As my Rosh Kol always tells me, what can I do to bring a little bit more light in this situation right now? We add a little more light, and that's as we add our Chanukah lights, one light at a time, and it gets a bigger and bigger light until Bez Hashem will light up the person next to us. He'll help light us up, light back. Will create more and more light until the whole world will be filled with light and caring, and with Hashem, the light of Mashiach. We should see it soon. Have a wonderful Chanukah.